We are now pleased to welcome to the stage Dr. Erwin Gianchandani, Assistant Director of the Directorate for Technology, Innovation, and Partnerships at the National Science Foundation.
All right, good morning, everybody. Oh, we can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. There we go. So we are all here today because we believe, I think, that we stand at the threshold of a scientific renaissance. The question isn't whether AI will transform science, it's whether we will be bold enough to lead that transformation from America. We are already starting to see what's possible when you harness AI to tackle scientific challenges. We've seen, for example, weather prediction through models that are trained on decades of historical data, outperforming traditional physics-based simulations in both speed and accuracy. We've seen how novel proteins designed with AI have been proven to neutralize viruses, to target cancer cells, and even to serve as catalysts for chemical reactions. And we've also seen how AI-driven analysis of images and spectroscopic measurements of galaxies in building our understanding of dark matter and dark energy have outpaced what we've been able to do without the AI capabilities. Now, to many of you, these advancements may be well known. But what you might not know is that these discoveries, and many more, have been made possible by the investments of the U.S. National Science Foundation. For those of you who are not as familiar with NSF, we are an independent federal agency that was established in 1950 by Congress with a mission to promote the progress of science, to advance the nation's health, prosperity, and welfare, and to secure the national defense. And we fulfill that mission primarily by making grants, or I'll say by making bets, by taking bets. Uniquely among federal science agencies, NSF invests in all areas of science and engineering. And our investments span the whole of the country, and they support institutions that range from K through 12 schools and community colleges, to primarily undergraduate universities, to research-intensive universities, to nonprofits, and to startups and small businesses. And, as a matter of fact, we often do this work in full partnership with leading industry to inspire critical research directions that we support as well. When it comes to AI, NSF has long played a pivotal role. In fact, some of you know that it is thanks to NSF's investments over the past several decades that we have reached to this moment of AI opportunity. As a matter of fact, NSF investment was critical in facilitating the development of deep learning and reinforcement learning approaches that are driving many of the impressive capabilities that we see in today's large language models. Right now, we spend about $700 million each year in support of AI research and education, as well as the research infrastructure that enables that discovery and workforce development too. With our long history of supporting AI and supporting scientific innovation, we believe no institution is better placed to drive transformation in science through AI. And that is our vision. We want to bring about a new era of scientific discovery, an era that is characterized by our ability to tackle once intractable challenges and to shorten the timeline from discovery to innovation to impact. Now, to be successful in doing that, we believe that that grand vision requires 4 key ingredients, and I'm going to step through each one of them in turn. First, partnerships. A true transformation, in our view, cannot be accomplished by one agency or one sector alone. It will require collaborative and complementary efforts on the part of government, industry, academia, and philanthropy, all working together. And I'm really thrilled, as I've canvassed the room and as I've talked to some of you this morning, to see all of those elements represented here in this room today. Second, data. I think we all know that the ability of that our ability to be able to apply AI across fields is predicated on having available data to train models. DeepMind's AlphaFold breakthrough, for example, would not have been possible if NSF and the National Institutes of Health had not funded the Protein Data Bank for decades. We must make existing scientific data more discoverable, more accessible, and more usable for our AI systems. Not just data on successes, by the way, but also data on failures as well. And we must also generate new data in the lab or through collection in areas where we see high return on the application of AI going forward. Third, models that scientists can trust. Scientists, in our view, have a much higher bar for trusting the outputs of an AI system, for calling into question the results, and for paving the way toward reproducibility and reliability of those results and replicability as well, as White House Office of Science and Technology Policy Director Michael Kratsios has called for. And fourth, resourcing. Access to computational resources, and importantly to the training and education opportunities as well, is necessary in order for us to be able to enable more scientists to explore the application of AI to their work. So if you take those four pillars that form our vision, we at NSF are working across the agency and across the American discovery and innovation enterprise to be able to deliver upon those visions, those pillars and that vision, and to be able to propel AI for science forward. And I'm going to highlight over the next few minutes just a few of the ways in which we are trying to foster progress. First, through our network of 27 AI institutes. This is an investment of over $500 million that we initiated under the first Trump administration. Through these 27 AI institutes, we are making possible innovation at the intersection of AI and areas of scientific and societal importance. Think physics, think neuroscience, think molecular biology, think agriculture, think material science, think critical minerals, and much more. Each institute works to push the boundaries of AI technology while making progress in exciting application areas, including in these scientific areas that I just talked about. And you'll get a chance to hear later today from a few of the institutes that we have funded as part of a panel that's taking place at this event. Second, through our National AI Research Resource Pilot, which we are doing in partnership with other agencies and with more than 24 companies, including several of the leading AI companies, we are connecting researchers across fields to the critical computational, data, model, and training resources that they need in order to be able to apply AI to their research. Since the launch of the pilot last year, we have connected more than 450 research teams across 48 states of our country with these resources. And the work of these teams will undoubtedly drive the future products and services that some of those companies that are partnering with us, that America's companies will champion going forward. Third, we are also gearing up to release a new opportunity that will support the development of programmable cloud laboratories. So programmable cloud laboratories are facilities that are able to execute automated work streams, including self-driving lab workflows, to more efficiently conduct research through AI-enabled experimental design, laboratory preparations, data collection, data analysis, and interpretation as well. And so with this new investment in programmable cloud laboratories, NSF is looking to engage the research community to develop the needed technical advances to turn the promise that has been demonstrated by initial cloud lab efforts across the country into versatile, ubiquitous infrastructure that serves researchers across the sciences where they are. It's also about, in many ways, training and in some cases retraining the scientific workforce in an entirely new way of conducting science going forward. So imagine a day, for example, when our scientists are not focused on pipetting, but rather on analyzing the data generated through that type of experimentation to get to a new discovery faster and to accelerate that discovery's impact on the customer market. So I encourage all of you to keep an eye out for these and other exciting announcements in the coming weeks that describe the many different ways in which NSF is going to be expanding upon our efforts over the last few years to create the foundational tools for the scientific community to expand your use of AI going forward. Ultimately, we believe that it is through these efforts that we are working to unlock more of the discoveries like the ones I spoke about at the outset of this keynote, catalyzing a new paradigm for the way in which discoveries are made and inspired in America. And as I expect you will hear during the next panel, This, in our view, is no longer a question only about breakthrough science. It's also a question at the very fabric of the national security race to our nation's sustained leadership and also a vibrant and competitive economy for the next century. So I invite you all to join us in this endeavor. It is only by working together across sectors and across disciplines that we will be able to outpace our rivals for the mid-21st century and beyond. Thank you all very much.
We will now begin